from the gun range to the field and much more. It's a weekend just for them. Hello everyone, I'm Don Jacobs and I'm here at the Cherry Valley National Wildlife Refuge in Monroe County. And we're gonna go wild with Discover NEPA on a Mentee mentor hunt being housed right here at Cherry Valley. But it all started this morning on a very cold morning at the Game Commission Rifle Range. You're gonna hear from Aaron Morrow.
We're down on the State Game Lands 127 firearms shooting range this morning. We partnered up with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the Pennsylvania Game Commission, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service out of Cherry Valley, partnered up to host a mentored rifle hunt at the Cherry Valley National Wildlife Refuge, which is taking place today and tomorrow.
So what's happening here?
So the mentors are showing up here with the mentees. So we have the hunters who were selected for the hunt, and we have the staff that's going to be mentoring them. They're showing up to the range and they're going to be studying their rifles this morning to make sure that they're on target and that they can hit where they're firing at. So the Game Commission supplying the rifles here this morning. They are going to be a Savage 243 model. So it's not too much of a recoil on these firearms, very manageable for all ages of hunters. And it's a great firearm, it's a great caliber to get folks introduced to the sport. There is an application process. We open it up sometime in midsummer, July, and anyone, any age, any demographic can sign up. There are some preference points. If you're a veteran, it gets a little preference, as well as any youth hunters, juvenile hunters. And then they are randomly selected. And then we get volunteers, which are fantastic volunteers, the mentors, very experienced. They're all vetted to make sure that they are ethical hunters, and they're going to be partnered up for the weekend here to hopefully harvest some deer. We introduce folks to the sport of hunting. We teach them about proper hunting ethics, how to be a legal hunter, how to be a safe hunter, how to help the habitat, right? So if we take some deer, we can help habitat issues that are going on across the state. And we get these individuals introduced, and hopefully they can connect and harvest some deer, which can provide a lean protein, a very, very healthy meat to them throughout the winter months.
One of the first-time hunters taking advantage of this program is 𝗚𝗏 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏𝗪 of Stroudsburg.
I signed up because I care about ethically sourcing our food. My husband and I are vegetarians, but our kids aren't, so I would rather have us be eating a deer that had one bad day in its life than chicken nuggets that are from a factory farm. And I know that deer overpopulation is a big problem for our environment right now, so I think this is an ethical way to feed our family and get some good food.
Are you comfortable with the gun?
Yeah, yep, it feels good. I'm really glad that we got some good practice in and a lot of advice.
I would say that that's a dead deer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Now, after they are sighted in here today, they will head down to the Cherry Valley National Wildlife Refuge, where we're going to have a nice lunch, warm up a little bit, hopefully, and then get them assigned to their mentors and get them out into the woods to hunt this afternoon.
The mentors and mentees got to warm up as lunch was served, and of course it included venison backstraps and venison chili. Mike Horn is the manager of the Cherry Valley National Wildlife Refuge. He explains the refuge and their involvement in the weekend hunt.
Cherry Valley National Wildlife Refuge was established back in 2009, 2010 for several different purposes: migratory birds, protection, bog turtle, population protection and restoration, and all the other things that we do. We have a really large public use component here, which includes hunting and fishing, wildlife observation, photography, environmental education. Working with the Game Commission, we've had a lot of volunteerism, a lot of mentors expressed an interest in helping us pull this off. I think there's a kind of a universal acknowledgement within the ranks of the hunting community that our numbers are dwindling, and we all have a very personal connection to hunting. And so we see this as part of our heritage here in Pennsylvania, and also we just want to give other people who may not have the opportunity to see that and experience it the opportunity to do so, and maybe they something strikes a chord with them and they decide that they really want to go forward and learn more about hunting or expand that on that experience. A couple things happened during our mentored hunts here. Number one is we just get people together. I think one of the things that we missed from that Pennsylvania tradition from when we grew up was families hunted together, extended families hunted together. And so the first thing that we do here is try to get everybody together and make connections so that people can get out together and hunt, and then also have conversations about those hunts and talk about what they saw that day, how their hunt went that day or even that season. So that's the first thing that we do. And then we do some mechanical things, like we go over tree stand safety. We don't want to send people up into tree stands without the appropriate safety gear, and also knowing how to use that.
This deer, whoever is unsuccessful today, this deer will be processed with the others, and you'll be able to take some deer meat home from this today. I'm only going to show you half of it because we're a little short on time today. So I'm going to process one half, and you have to just use your imagination on the flip side.
What I feel is the most important thing for this is that we do, if anybody's successful hunting, we'll actually help them. They can help participate in the butchering, skinning, quartering, butchering of their deer if they want. If they don't want that, they can drop it off at a butcher shop. But I think one of the biggest barriers to hunting or getting into hunting is maybe the initial cost of a rifle or whatever, but also just think back to when you're the first time you field dressed a deer. It's a pretty daunting task. I know it was for me. Well, anyway, we actually walk everybody through those steps and things to do, some tips from people that have been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years. But also just things to avoid and ways to make the field dressing thing a little bit easier. And then when we get out and we start cutting it up, people start to realize that, hey, I can do this. I can field dress my own deer. I can quarter my deer, and I can actually cut it up at home if I choose. If I don't have the resources to drop it off at a butcher for $150 or whatever the case may be, then they can do it themselves, and it's not this big, unwieldy, unmanageable thing that I think you kind of make it out to be in your mind, at least initially.
After that demonstration was over, it was time for the hunters to take to the field. They hunted until dark on the first night, and then the morning and evening of the second day. 13 hunters in all, 2 deer were harvested. What everyone did take home was a great experience and memories to last forever. So you have to applaud the Game Commission and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service for getting involved and trying to keep people hunting in the state of Pennsylvania and turning people on to new experiences. Now, do you remember the first-time hunter that we featured earlier in this episode, Brenna Rabinowitz? Well, she sent me an email. She saw more than a dozen deer, most of them too far away or non-legal bucks. But she did say this. She said, even though I didn't get a deer, I had an amazing experience learning from so many knowledgeable people, and I am really grateful for the training and experience I got. I will definitely be back there next season. So the program worked, at least for Brenna. Good luck next year, Brenna. Now, for this episode of Go Wild with Discover NEPA and all of the episodes, you could go to DiscoverNEPA.com or you can subscribe on YouTube.